These are the ruins of the town of Sinjar, which was recently liberated from Islamic State. It includes a mass grave where human bones are visible, as well as a warren of tunnels that were used to avoid coalition airstrikes. For a ghastly bounty of $20,000 paid by her family, this woman from Sinjar and her two sons were freed from Islamic State after more than a year in captivity. Her husband was probably murdered. Her three daughters are still held by the terrorists who boast of treating Yazidi women as sex slaves. Marigold Varco is a psychiatric nurse from Australia. She works with scores of deeply traumatized Yazidi women.
Yes, you're always shocked and troubled by what you hear because of the suffering of the people. The Yazidis people have been persecuted more than anybody else, I believe, because they weren't recognised as a race, as a people. They weren't recognised within the community, and so they've been persecuted and put down more than anybody else, it seems, within the community. Many of these women, they're inspiring to know because of the courage that they show, and they try to leave behind what has happened to them and try to establish life. The sad thing is that many of the men are lost, many of the men are missing, they're killed, they've had to endure losing their partners, losing their children, their families, and many of the men feel completely responsible for this, and so the men suffer an enormous amount as well, because they are taken and taken in force to fight in some way, or they're killed, or otherwise they have to endure losing daughters, losing wives, managing life without their families at all, if any of them are fortunate enough to escape. So we just work with the people to try and give them some sort of physical comfort, some sort of hope, spiritual comfort, emotional comfort, and hope that they can trust that they can find hope to continue on in the future.